Hi everyone, I wanted to show you how to make a book trailer like the one I made for Front Desk. And this can be for your favorite book or a book you just finished. And I normally like to use iMovie for my videos, but since you don't have that application, you can use wevideo.com. So you'll start by clicking Create New. And before I did this, I looked online and I found the pictures that I wanted for my project. And so since I have those pictures ready to go, I can go over to the media file and I can drag and drop them to add. So I knew that I wanted a picture of a little Asian girl because the main character is a Chinese immigrant. And I knew I wanted a picture of her parents or some people who could look like her parents. And I knew I wanted a picture of a motel because she lives in a motel. And I also wanted a picture of the front cover. So here are all the pictures in my files. I'm going to drag and drop them into my media folder so they'll be available for me to use later. Okay, so now that my pictures are in here, I can start thinking about what I want to write for my book trailer. I didn't make up these sentences, I got them from the back of the book. And I'm going to add some title slides. We don't have the paid version, we have the free version, so you have to scroll down to static titles. And so I just dragged out this basic title, and I'm going to double click it so I can change my text. So I'm going to change the text to the first sentence of my book trailer. I want it to say, Mia Tang has a lot of secrets. So here are the sentences that I copied from the back of the book. So I have 6 of them, and so I'm going to need 6 slides. Okay, so I'm going to change the way that the font looks on my title slide here. I'm going to change the color and the font to make it look a little bit cuter. Okay, so I changed it to this font, Amatic SC. Then I changed the color to a blue, which kind of matches the background of the front cover. I like this slide, but it's 8 seconds long, which I think is too long. So I'm just going to drag it over. When you get that little double arrow, you can drag it to the left to make it shorter. I'm going to make it 6 seconds long. Okay, so I like this title, and I'm going to copy it and paste it, and then just to my different sentences. That way I don't have to go back and change the font and change the color over and over again. So I'm just going to copy, Control C, and then drag my place header over here, Control V to paste. So notice I have my 6 sentences that I want written in a separate Word document, so I can just copy and paste them. I already know what I want to say. And then I can just scroll down and click Save Changes and repeat that process until I have all of my 6 slides with my 6 sentences. So for my last sentence, it's pretty long. How can she help her parents and go for her dreams? So I'm going to separate it into 2 clauses and 2 slides. Since they're each 6 seconds long, I think that's too long of a sentence for someone to read in 6 seconds. So I have the first half, how can she help her parents, on one slide, and then the second half will be on the next slide, and go for her dreams. So now that I have all of my 6 title slides with all of the words that I want in my trailer, it's time to add my pictures. So I dragged and dropped them into my media folder earlier, and now I can just drag and drop them down where I want them in between my title slides. So I'm going to scroll up and click on the media folder where I dragged my pictures earlier, and I'm going to start with a picture of the front cover at the very beginning. And then since my first slide is Mia Tang has a lot of secrets, I'm going to drop in between those a picture of a girl who looks like Mia Tang. And since I don't want to replace my title slides with the pictures, I want them to be in between the title slides, I'm going to click Insert and Push. So that pushes my title slides out of the way and makes room for the pictures. So now that I have all of my pictures in place, I want to add some music. There is free music available on the wevideo.com program that we're using, but I prefer to use royalty-free music from bensounds.com. So you can go to the website and find some music that you like. I liked this one called Creative Minds. But if you use his music, you do have to give him credit somewhere in your presentation. So I will add a sentence at the end of my presentation that says the music is from bensounds.com. So you can play some of the songs and find something you like. And then once you find something you want, click download. And I'm going to import the downloaded music into wevideo.com the same way that I imported my pictures. I'm going to drag and drop it into the media folder. So now I can drag my music down into that audio 1 space. First, I want to just play my presentation and make sure that I like it with this music. So for some of the vertical pictures that don't fill up the screen, you can either zoom in or you can choose the blurred edges option. WeVideo has a blurred background that is useful for clips that are smaller than the frame. So it kind of fills them up. So I'm going to add a blurred background for this picture because it's vertical and there's a lot of black space around it. So it makes it look a little bit better. And I'm going to do the same for some of the other pictures that don't fill up the whole frame. And then click Save Changes. So now I need to trim the audio to make it the same length as my video. So I'm just going to grab the edge of it and drag it with a little arrow down to the length that I want it. So my video is about 1 minute and 16 seconds. And I'd like the music to play for about 5 seconds and fade out after my presentation is done. So I made it last about 21 seconds. And then I also clicked on that little audio symbol and chose fade in and out. So it's going to fade in for 1 second and out for 5 seconds. And I can't forget that I need to give credit to the website where I got my royalty-free music. So I'm going to drag another title slide to the end. And I'm just going to put a little bit of information about my presentation. So I'm going to write music from bensounds.com. And I'm also going to write the title and the author of my book. And you can write your name here or your school or anything else that you think is relevant information. So now that my presentation is finished, I'm going to click Finish and I can export it. And you can give your presentation a title. I'm going to call it Front Desk Book Trailer. And then you're going to choose a thumbnail for your video. I liked this one because it had a picture of the little girl on it. And then you can export it. So mine took about 1.5 minutes to export. And once it's finished, you can scroll down, copy that link, and then you can share it on Google Classroom by pasting it in the comments. And that's it. So I hope you enjoy this project. I hope you get to make a video about one of your favorite books. And I would love to see what all of you make. So make sure that you paste them in Google Classroom so I can click the links and see what you do. I miss you all, I love you all, and I hope I'll see you soon.